Let's move on to debate number 3. This too, unfortunately, is another side to our politics which just refuses to change, where political parties refuse to bring about a change. हम क्रिमिनल नेतास को तो इम्पोर्टेंस देते ही हैं, हम सेक्सिस्ट नेतास को भी बहुत इम्पोर्टेंस देते हैं. It's a hard reality, hard truth, that women, even in politics, maybe more so in other professions, have to deal with it on a day after day basis. That male politicians, from top to bottom, just don't understand what sexism is, what is inappropriate, what is appropriate, how a woman should be respected, how a woman should be treated. They just don't get it. And unfortunately, no matter how much we speak about it, month after month we get more cases. I don't know if you've heard about the Kamal Nath controversy that happened, where Mr. Kamal Nath, a senior leader of the Congress party, a former chief minister, referred to another politician, a woman, as an item. He still not apologized. Even after his own party leader, Rahul Gandhi, has come out and condemned such remarks. On the other hand, is a BJP leader who is attacking a Congress person by saying that he has declared in the name of his wife, in the column about his wife, his mistress has been named. Where is his first wife? He has no qualms about using such words, but somebody's partner, somebody's wife, and making such allegations. No qualms, absolutely. Item, नाचने वाली, जितने भी इस तरीके के वर्ड्स हैं, सब हमारे पॉलिटिक्स में यूज होते हैं. Zero respect. And every time you hear this such netas, you will also hear how people around them are laughing like it's the best joke ever. Ha! Item बुलाया इमरती देवी को, जलेबी वाई बोल दिया इमरती देवी को. वाह क्या जोक है. When will this mentality change? And every single time that party leaders do not act against such people, they are simply emboldening them. Tweets, condemnation means nothing unless and until you act against such people. That's the only way to bring about a change. Listen in to some of the examples of what's been happening before we go to our panelists.
निर्वाचन का फॉर्म भरा जाता है तो पूरे संपत्ति का ब्यौरा दिया जाता है, सबका ब्यौरा दिया जाता है. परंतु विश्वनाथ सिंह ने अपने पहली औरत जो वर्तमान में उसका ब्यौरा नहीं दिया है कि मेरा एक औरत और है जिसका शादीशुदा है, औरत का ब्यौरा दिया है. तो उनसे पता लगाओ कि तुम्हारे पुरान वाले औरत कहाँ थे, वो बताओ ना कि मेरा दूसरी औरत है के.
हमारे उम्मीदवार हैं, सरल स्वभाव के, सीधे साधे हैं. ये तो करेंगे, ये उसके जैसे नहीं है. क्या उसका नाम जो क्या उसका नाम लो, आप तो उसको मेरे से ज़्यादा पहचानते हैं. आपको तो मुझे पहले ही सावधान कर देना चाहिए था. ये क्या आइटम है, क्या आइटम है.
Mr. Kamal Nath's comment is shameful. There is no other way. No clarification is actually going to cut any ice. He refuses to apologize. But BJP is no better. They held a protest where they wore masks of Kamal Nath and Digvijay and danced like item girls. How is that any better? How is that taking a higher moral ground over what Kamal Nath has said? I don't understand the politicians, and at what point will this change? Let me ask the ladies on the panel this evening. Charu Pragya, spokesperson for the BJP, joins us. Noori Khan, leader of the Congress party in Madhya Pradesh, with me this evening. Juhi Singh, spokesperson for Samajwadi Party. Professor Jyotsna Tirunagari, spokesperson for TDP and the president of the Women Wing in TDP. And Trisha Shetty, a political voice on this panel, advocate and founder for She Says NGO. Thank you, Trisha, for being with us. But I want to start with Charu Pragya. Charu Pragya ji, ये क्या तरीका हुआ प्रोटेस्ट करने का कि मास्क लगा के डांस कर रहे हैं हम आइटम गर्ल बन के, ये हाउ इज दैट एनी बेटर देन व्हाट कमलनाथ एक्चुअली सेड?
No, Tanvi, Kamal Nath ji actually justified the word item. He gave a long list of items which are listed in parliament, so on and so forth, going on to the dictionary meaning of the word item, saying it's not offensive in any manner whatsoever. If the word item is not offensive, why is it that people who are showing him exactly how offensive that word is, how does that become a bad protest? That's my personal point I'd like to make, and I think any man who derogates women, who brings them down, who thinks they can objectify
Sorry,
them.
I'm confused. To your mind, is it offensive or not?
100% offensive. It doesn't matter who says it and from which corner of the political spectrum.
Did you get offended by the protest from your party workers or not?
Exactly what I told you. My party workers are trying to show him how offensive the word item is. How can he justify that word and refuse to apologize and give us the dictionary meaning and say it's the same as saying item number so and so is listed in court or in parliament? What a silly explanation. And then the party president does not even apologize.
So tell me now, how should we protest against the leader who is talking about another person and his first wife and second wife and using words like Raquel, mistress? अभी उनके against कैसे होगा protest?
See, the thing is, the problem is, Tanvi, there is a mindset which needs to be changed. When derogatory words are said from a stage, and you said this yourself, the public enjoys it. What we should be working on as activists, as thought leaders, is to change the mindset in our country instead of encouraging it. When this mindset changes, people will stop laughing on these sad sexist jokes which are offensive to anyone, man or woman alike. What we need to do is change that mindset, and that's going to happen with education, that's going to happen with empowering women, that's going to happen by changing small things like the sex ratio in Haryana. Because the more you start learning to respect women, the less you will feel comfortable offending them, objectifying them every chance you get. And I'm saying this in a very generic manner. I defend no person from my own party if he makes a bad comment against a woman.
No, but I think there should be action. I think there should be action against Minister Bisau Lal Singh. I think his ticket should be taken away if it is possible, or even if that means just cancelling that election. Because if he dares talk like this and say why Vishwanath Singh is hiding information about his first wife and has mentioned his mistress in the nomination papers, I don't even want to use that filthy word again and again. He is not given information about his first wife, but about his mistress. Where has the first wife gone? What kind of narrative and commentary is this? I don't understand. Noori Khan, I'm glad that at least the Congress party is now talking. Yesterday, nobody wanted to come to our panel and talk about it because it was Kamal Nath's comment. Now maybe there is BJP also on the other side that's making similar demeaning comments. Congress is ready to talk
तन्वी
about
जी,
it.
इस डिबेट में मैं सार्थकता चाहती हूँ. सिर्फ बहस करना और बहस को अंजाम तक पहुंचाना, दोनों बातों में फर्क होता है. वर्तमान परिदृश्य को देखकर मुझे कैफी आजमी की ये पंक्तियां याद आती हैं. कद्र अब तक तेरी तारीख ने जानी ही नहीं, तुझ में शोले भी है अश्के फिशानी ही नहीं, तू हकीकत भी है दिलचस्प कहानी ही नहीं, तेरी हस्ती भी एक चीज है जवानी ही नहीं, अपनी तारीख का उन्वान करना है तुझे, उठ मेरी जान मेरे साथ चलना है तुझे. तन्वी जी, अगर बयान भाजपा का हो तो मैं लड़ूं और बयान मेरे नेता का हो तो रुचि जी लड़े. लेकिन मैं इस डिबेट के माध्यम से ये कहना चाहती हूं कि अगर यहाँ पर हमें प्रतिस्पर्धा करनी है कि किसने कितना अश्लील बयान दिया, तो आइटम से तो तकलीफ नजर आती है, लेकिन रखेल कैसा शब्द है, कुलदीप सिंगर का विरोध किसने किया, आज राहुल गांधी जी ने जिस बेबाकी के साथ खेद व्यक्त किया है कि किसी भी महिला के साथ कोई भी अशोभनीय टिप्पणी नहीं होनी चाहिए. क्या भाजपा की हमारी नेत्री ये कहेंगी कि अमित शाह ये भाजपा के बड़े नेता और जो शिवराज सिंह चौहान ने जो मौन व्रत रखा है, मध्य प्रदेश में नाबालिग बच्चियों के साथ गैंग रेप हो रहा है.
नहीं नूरी खान, आप पहली बार आई हैं मेरे डिबेट पे,
रोज बलात्कार हो रहे हैं, उन पर मौन
आप सुनिए. ये आप पहली बार आई हैं मेरे नाम पे, ये मोनोलॉग का प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है, ये आपकी कैंपेन रैली नहीं है, ये आपकी कैंपेन रैली नहीं है नूरी खान. ये आपकी कैंपेन रैली नहीं है, रुक जाइए, सांस लीजिए, सांस लीजिए। नूरी खान, टेक अ ब्रेथ। ये मेरे नाम पे आपकी पहली डिबेट है। मैं एक चीज़ क्लियर कर दूं, यहाँ पे लेक्चरिंग और मोनोलॉग्स नहीं चलते हैं, वो कैंपेन रैली में जाके प्लीज़ करिए। और मैं एक बात और क्लियर कर दूं आपको भी और सारे पैनलिस्ट को और हमारे दर्शकों को, लेट मी मेक दिस वेरी क्लियर फॉर आवर व्यूअर्स, आवर पैनलिस्ट एंड everybody else. This debate is not to fight over whether item is a worse word than Raquel or mistress or not. It's not. This debate is about how do we get rid of this rampant sexism, where even politicians and women politicians are more interested in pointing fingers when it's the other party, but will not own up when it's their own. अब नूरी खान जी, आप मेरी बात अगर सुन सकती हैं, क्या हो गया, क्या बड़ी बात हो गई, राहुल गांधी ने कंडेम कर दिया, उससे क्या बदलेगा बताइए?
अमित शाह ने कुलदीप सेंगर को
क्या
लेकर
बदल
अभी
गया?
तक कोई बयान नहीं दिया। किस तरीके से प्रियंका गांधी को लेकर कैलाश विजयवर्गीय ने जो चॉकलेटी कहा था,
नहीं,
उस पर
आपके
अभी तक
पार्टी
कोई
के नेता
प्रतिक्रिया
कौन है,
नहीं
अमित
आई।
शाह या राहुल
किस
गांधी?
तरीके से जर्सी गाय
आप अपने
और
पार्टी के बारे में
हाइब्रिड
मुझे
बच्चा
जवाब
कहा
दीजिए।
जाता है, उस पर कोई
अमित शाह के
प्रतिक्रिया
बारे
नहीं
में मैं
आती है।
चारू प्रज्ञा से
50
पूछूंगी।
करोड़ की गर्लफ्रेंड कहना, तो ये कई सारे बयान है जिनकी एक लंबी फहरिस्त है। अगर हम आइटम पर आपत्ति लेते हैं तो रखेल पर मौन व्रत भाजपा क्यों नहीं करती? मुझे सिर्फ इस बात का जवाब चाहिए। ये दोहरी भूमिका बीजेपी दिखा रही है अपनी मानसिकता में महिलाओं को लेकर। मैं सिर्फ इस बात का जवाब चाहती हूँ।
तन्वी,
नहीं, आप जवाब नहीं, आप पहले मेरी बात का जवाब देंगे। ये डिबेट ऐसे काम होती है जहाँ पे वेयर आई आस्क द क्वेश्चंस एंड आई गेट द आंसर्स फ्रॉम द रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स। आई
पूछिए, आप क्या
represent
पूछना चाहती
the
हैं?
people of this country. I am asking questions on the behalf of the voters of this country. This is not for you to settle your own scores between the BJP and the Congress party. Either you answer me, या तो आप मुझे जवाब दीजिए कांग्रेस पार्टी के बारे में और उनके सेक्सिस्ट नेता के बारे में और कमलनाथ के बारे में और जीतू तिवारी के बारे में, या फिर आप सुनिए बाकी लोग जो बोल रहे हैं। ये वो जगह नहीं है जहाँ बीजेपी और कांग्रेस लड़ते हैं। यहाँ पे जनता सवाल पूछती है और आप जो है जनता को जवाब दीजिए। एक्सप्लेन एंड सिंपल एज दैट। नाउ लेट मी गो अक्रॉस टू अवर अदर पैनलिस्ट।
अब इसके बाद आप मुझे अगर
राहुल गांधी के कमेंट करने से कुछ नहीं बदलता। कमलनाथ इज स्टिल देयर एंड ही इज गोइंग टू कंटिन्यू।
लेकिन अगर
कमलनाथ जो है राहुल गांधी की बात सुन के नहीं बदलने वाले, ये बात समझ जाइए। लेट मी गो अक्रॉस टू अवर अदर पैनलिस्ट प्लीज। इफ आई कैन जस्ट गो अक्रॉस टू जूही सिंह। Juhi Singh, this problem, party, including yours and your own party leaders, the kind of obnoxious sexist comments that have been made, how are we going to change this? I want to ask you this, as a politician, a woman politician, who probably sees this on a daily basis in her own life, how do we change this?
Tanvi, we have to change it, and I agree. I mean, every party has their black sheep, and I think every time such a remark is made, at least there are people like you, and I would say that there are people all across parties who at least come out and condemn it publicly, that these remarks are not justified under any circumstances. You're a public representative, and what you say actually takes meaning as it is understood by the people. There are no ifs and buts in this. I agree. There is a list of remarks which has been made even by my own party. I'll just talk about that. And I would say that in our party, at least we have tried to a very large extent to even internally take stock of the situation, check the leaders' mindsets have to change. I agree, but it's also the fact that it's very easy for any man to make a comment about a woman. He finds it entertaining, and the easiest is to either put her on the pedestal or make fun of her, make fun of her age or her body shape or anything of this sort, character assassination, but not to let her stand equal by your side. You know, she's a rightful person who enjoys the same identity as you do. So people who occupy positions of authority, who are recognized as public places, I would say that yes, it is. It cannot be justified. It is unforgivable, and I think everybody on the panel would agree. And today, as we are having this discussion, where I don't think the voices are going to differ from each other, and condemning together itself is a distance which we have moved, a great distance. I don't think we would be doing this about 10 years ago. It would be acceptable, and we would be justifying it on basis of ideology. Yes, Tanvi. Yeah.
Okay, yes, I mean, it can't be justified. What we can only do is perhaps make it sound worse for the rival party at the end of the day, just like, the previous debate that I had, which was about criminal netas and how election after election, same people with 30, 40 criminal cases against them still get candidature. And similarly, no matter what comments they make, what they say, they still get place in our Indian politics. Professor Jyotsna Tirunagari, how do we change that? How do we make our politicians understand that this is not okay?
Tanvi, I think politicians who belittle women on any platform, whether it could be any party or whatnot, they should be shamed in public. First thing. They should be out of their office. Second thing. Third thing, they should be taught gender sensitization. We talk about gender equality all the time, Tanvi. We need to talk about gender sensitivity also. Respect women, period. Period. There are no two ways about it. There are no two thoughts about it. Even UN Women has been propaganding this all across the countries, across the world. They are doing it. In India, we are somewhere lacking it. I'll tell you one thing, Tanvi. A woman's right to live free from any sort of violence, any sort of discrimination, was in fact upheld by many international agreements, international conventions and all. Like, if I give you an example, convention on, elimination of discrimination in any form against women. Such kind of conventions were made long back, but nobody follows that. Simply, I would say one thing, Tanvi. Why cannot a politician, whether it is male or female, let me talk that on that front. Why cannot a politician, especially, let's talk about male politicians, okay. Why cannot a male politician accept women politicians as their contenders without stressing on the gender prejudices there? Why cannot they do that? Why aren't we questioning that, Tanvi? Across parties, all women politicians out there, why are we not questioning that? I think we should start questioning that. That would be an answer for this, you call it racism, you call it sexism, you call it, whatever the term you want to use, Tanvi. But zero tolerance should be there, period. Respect women, period. Zero tolerance should be there, period. And this should get into the brains of those people who are sitting up there as politicians.
Okay, point taken. But let's just talk about just how rampant it is. And I have 4 politicians here from various political parties. I don't want this to be a tutu meme. I want this to be a conversation of what you also see day in, day out, cutting across party lines. And how do you change that? But before that, Trisha Shetty, your view, is it as rampant in politics as it is in any other profession? Or do you believe that it's perhaps a bigger problem when it comes to our netas?
Undoubtedly, it is a bigger problem when you're talking about politicians who have held public office, politicians who have been elected to protect the dignity of everyday citizens, politicians whose salary is paid off by taxpayers' money, politicians who are duty bearers, who have a relationship with right holders, which is citizens of the country. So undoubtedly, the accountability factor when it comes to politicians making sexist, flippant remarks and getting away with sexist, flippant remarks is a bigger, if I may say so, crime in my eyes. The thing to be noted is, unfortunately, they get away with it, right? As women, we're not looked at as a vote bank. As women, our bodies are politicized, our opinions are not our own, and the politicians will often make these remarks, like even if you talk about Kamal Nath, for him to say, to try to wipe away the identity of a woman who belongs to the Dalit community. I think it must be accounted for that there is a grave caste element to this. Is just unacceptable. We're talking about a ex-chief minister. We're talking about a person who was an elected official who has to abide by the code and conduct and decorum of an office. Even if you yourself are a sexist, misogynist, the office that you occupy does not permit and allow you to be a sexist, misogynist. The office that you occupy must demand that you hold yourself to a higher standard. So here what I will come to is, one, I don't want to really play the blame game of which party did what, because we know that none of these political parties fare better than the others. Apart from the comments, you also see the crimes that these people get away with when it comes to crimes against women, especially of the Dalit community. Hathras, Unnao is a case that comes to mind the second you talk about that. I think what we need to focus on as a people is, as the panelists before me rightfully said, shaming them, because they get away with making these abominable remarks because they think as women, affront to our dignity, affront to our being and agency is okay, and they can get away with it. So shaming them publicly. And secondly, to ask the political party that they represent, what punitive action are you taking against this person? It's all well good and said that, done to make a public remark. Correct. Saying, I condemn this statement. I don't stand for it. I'm glad Rahul Gandhi did at least a lot more than what his other political counterparts do when it comes to making a public statement to say, I reject the statement made by my political leader. I am glad he's at least set the bar way higher, unfortunately, than what our other political leaders have left us with. But honestly, the bar is not high enough. What is the punitive action now you're taking against Kamal Nath is what we need to set the bar to, that you cannot get away with disrespecting women and an affront to a woman, regardless of what political party you belong to, regardless of what ideology you belong to, is an affront against us all, not just as women, but as us as human beings. And there must be repercussions that you face for it. And the last thing I'll say is, can you imagine someone making this kind of remark against a very powerful male political leader? What would the repercussions be? There would be violence. But unfortunately, when it comes to making abominable remarks against women, these politicians get away with it. So that shows you the discrepancy in how we view male and female politicians, and also the punitive action taken against individuals who make such remarks against female politicians.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I am trying to remember when was the last time that anybody made such a remark on a male politician. I mean, I can't remember. I don't know if any of our other panelists have a view on it or can give us an example. But you know what? I was just going through a list that my research team has collated, a list of the worst kind of sexist comments that have been made by politicians, and they haven't gone, far back into the 80s or the 90s. These are all in the past 5-6 years, all of these comments. And I can see dancer, nachne wali, item, prostitute, and various synonyms in various languages for prostitute. And again, various synonyms and in various languages, the word dancer or nachne wali or item girl. Then about comments about somebody's skin, somebody's looks, somebody's past, history, personal life, all comments. And these are cutting across party lines. इसमें BJP वाले भी हैं, इसमें कांग्रेस भी है, SP भी है, जनता दल भी है, all parties, including the southern parties as well. I can see some comments that were made even by TDP leaders. How do we change that? And I want to understand from Charu Pragya, when somebody from your own party makes this comment, Charu Pragya, how does that make you feel? Where do you go? Who do you raise it with? Do you even have an internal committee where people can go and make complaints?
See, Tanvi, you're absolutely right. Whichever woman these kind of comments are being addressed to, all of us should feel equally affronted and outraged. And it cannot be a personal thing. It needs to be made something which affects us all, and it's important for us all. I'm a woman before I'm a politician. So, of course, it's unfair to say I'll react differently if the person making these comments is from my own party. I said it very clearly in the beginning. Nobody from my party is going to stand with someone who is saying outrageous things against women, and it must not be tolerated. The larger question you have addressed yourself, we have to change the mindset. We have to understand that why is it, somebody will say, why is that Neta wearing a bad sari, or why is she wearing a pretty sari, or she has short hair or she has long hair, and why is this never discussed about a male politician? And why just politicians? Aren't these discussions very much objectifying whether it comes to the corporate world, very much objectifying when it comes to any other job profile? Why is it that women are first looked upon as women and later as professionals? And that is something that we need to work on together to change it. Maybe my party is in power in the center right now, in power in a couple of states. There are other parties in power in some other states. Together, why can women not take a stand? Why is it that somebody has to say, your comment was bad, this one was worse, and this is the worst? Why is this competition always prevalent? I felt bad that the Congress spokesperson could not condemn her leader when I have done this. I have said I can condemn my leader. I am courageous enough to take a stand when it comes to taking a stand for women. So I think women across party lines need to do this. Women across professions need to do this. And only then we will change this perception. We'll change this reality on ground. Let's also start looking at a generational shift. Okay, maybe we can call out the men in our world today and shame them and blame them, so on and so forth. But are we really working on the next generation? Are we making sure children in schools and colleges are being raised differently? They are being raised to respect women in a better way? We should be discussing these kind of things instead of saying big rape versus small rape, right rape versus wrong rape, good comment, bad comment, sad comment.
Correct.
Why is it that we do this?
Correct. Correct. So let me ask this question to Noori Khan. Noori Khan जी, क्या है आपकी पार्टी का सिस्टम जब ऐसे रिमार्क्स कोई करता है या आपके अगेंस्ट कोई ऐसी बातें कहता है, तो क्या है कंप्लेंट सिस्टम? कांग्रेस पार्टी क्या है?
भाषा की जो मर्यादा है वो किसी भी हालत में, किसी भी सूरत में लांघना नहीं चाहिए। और कांग्रेस का यही सिस्टम है कि अगर कोई गलती करता है तो उसे स्वीकार भी की जाती है और खेद भी व्यक्त किया जाता है। मैंने अभी चारू प्रज्ञा जी के विचार सुने। बहुत अच्छी बात है कि अगर महिलाओं पर कोई आपत्तिजनक टिप्पणी करता है तो उन्हें बुरा लगता है, लेकिन मैं उनसे एक निवेदन करना चाहती हूँ कि बिसाहू लाल ने जो शब्द का उपयोग किया, क्या उसके खिलाफ वो आंदोलन करेंगी या उनकी पार्टी आंदोलन करेंगी? लेकिन मैं आपको दावे के साथ कहती हूं कि अगर कोई भी कांग्रेसी नेता इस तरह की अभद्र टिप्पणी करता है तो कांग्रेस पार्टी उसको संज्ञान में भी लेती है और ये कोशिश करती है कि उस तरह के शब्दों को नहीं दोहराया जाए। लेकिन भाजपा पार्टी का जो नैतिक स्तर है वो लगातार गिरता जा रहा है। और जिस तरीके से चारू प्रज्ञा जी ने कहा है यहाँ पे कि उन्हें बुरा लगता है, अगर बुरा लगता है तो रखेल शब्द भी बहुत बुरा है। आपको सड़क पर आना चाहिए, मौन व्रत करना चाहिए। तुलसी सिलावट आपके सांवेर से कैंडिडेट है। एक छोटी सी बच्ची ने लोकतंत्र पर सवाल उठाया तो उसके चरित्र पर सवाल उठा दिया गया था, लेकिन उस वक्त सिंधिया जी को खेद व्यक्त नहीं हुआ था। तो ये जो विचार है और विचारों का सुंदर होना बहुत अच्छी बात है, लेकिन विचारों में समानता होना भी जरूरी है। और जिस पार्टी का मैं प्रतिनिधित्व करने आई हूं, मैं बेबाकी के साथ कहती हूं कि कोई सा भी अश्लील शब्द अगर महिला के लिए बोला जाएगा तो स्वीकार्य नहीं होगा। लेकिन भाजपा पार्टी जो है वो कथनी और करनी में बहुत फर्क रखती है। चारू प्रज्ञा जी, मुझे बस आप इतना बता दीजिए कि बिसाहू लाल के बयान पर क्या पार्टी मौन व्रत करेगी?
दूसरों क्या मतलब आपका खुद का बेंचमार्क ये है कि उसको बयान को कंडेम कर दिया जाए और तो उसके आगे कुछ किया नहीं ना कांग्रेस पार्टी ने, लेकिन दूसरे लोग सड़क पे उतर रहे प्रोटेस्ट करने के लिए।
देखिए, क्या कंपैरिजन है? बलात्कार हो रहे हैं तो भाजपा उस पर खेद व्यक्त नहीं कर रही, उस पर मौन व्यक्त नहीं कर रही है। मेरी पार्टी के नेता ने किसी महिला का नाम भी नहीं लिया और आप उसे इतना बड़ा मुद्दा बना देते हैं। रेप आपके लिए मुद्दा नहीं है, मध्य प्रदेश में गैंग रेप आपके लिए मुद्दा नहीं है, बिसाहू लाल का एक औरत को रखेल कह देना आपके लिए मुद्दा नहीं है।
ये कंपैरिजन की बात नहीं है, ये कंपैरिजन की बात नहीं है।
देखिए एक
Okay, okay. I have a question for Professor Jyotsna, but very quickly.
तो मुझे पूरा हक
ठीक
है
है।
अपनी यहाँ पर पूरी बात।
आपने अपनी बात रख दी, मैंने सुना, आपने अपनी पूरी बात रख दी। चारू प्रज्ञा जी कुछ बोलना चाह रही थी, 30 सेकंड उनको, because then I need to go to Professor Jyotsna, but Charu Pragya first.
I have categorically condemned the BJP leader. Can Nouri Khan do that? My second point is Rahul Gandhi himself was served an NCW notice early in 2019 for sexist remarks against Nirmala Sitharaman ji. Did you condemn that? In one point, I will condemn every single
प्रधानमंत्री
thing.
है, ये जर्सी गाय और हाइब्रिड बछड़ा कहना, 50 करोड़ की गर्लफ्रेंड कहना, ये मोदी जी के बयान थे। उसके बारे में आप कुछ कहेंगी?
अरे मैंने तो एक आवाज में बोल दिया। नूरी जी, आपसे एक सिंपल
तो
प्रश्न है।
मैं भी स्वीकार करती हूँ कि
So
महिलाओं
I
के
was
साथ किसी भी
attempting,
सूरत में,
I
चाहे
was
वो किसी भी
attempting
पार्टी की
here,
हो, किसी भी
viewers.
तबके
Okay,
की हो,
okay, ladies,
अपमान नहीं
ladies.
होना चाहिए।
I was attempting actually and hoping that everybody comes together. नूरी खान जी एक मिनट, ठीक है, आप दोनों ने अपनी बात रख दी। मेरी ये उम्मीद थी कि आज जो है हम सब मिलके इस बारे में बात करें कि ये कितनी बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है राजनीति में। सेक्सिज्म एक बहुत बड़ी सच्चाई है। इस तरीके के unacceptable बयान जो आते हैं, such kind of unacceptable comments that are made on a daily basis, and perhaps the women representatives from this profession can come and talk to us and tell us how they can bring about that change. I don't want this to become who is worse than the other. Nobody is better than the other. अगर हम कमेंट्स निकलने चलेंगे तो हर एक पार्टी के उतने ही निकलेंगे कमेंट्स, और हैं, और वो चल रहे हैं स्क्रीन पे, और हम सब देख चुके हैं पिछले 10 साल में किस तरीके की कमेंट्री होती है पार्लियामेंट के अंदर। The kind of comments that are made inside the parliament, the way women MPs are mocked inside the parliament, and the whole parliament, the whole house begins to laugh, it has been witnessed by this entire country. So let's not try to hold a higher moral ground than the other side. Professor Jyotsna, I come back to you. How do we bring about a change? Can we at least begin by saying, at least for serious, offenses, shouldn't there be an internal redressal committee? How many political parties even have that?
True. Very, very true, Tanvi. That was what I was calling about gender sensitivity. That's the term I used. You know, like TDP, we have an internal disciplinary committee for the party wherein we address such kind of things. But yes, definitely I support you on that front, that we should have an internal exclusive women redressal team for every political party, as we have for all corporate worlds. I second that. I definitely second that thought. Here I would like to make one more point, Tanvi. As women, we also, even I am saying that despite being a woman, we just keep saying those words, keep saying those phrases all the time, saying that despite being a woman, she has done this, or despite being a woman, I have done this. No, I think we should stop saying that phrase, and we should, equate ourselves there, because the moment we say that, we are humiliating half the citizenry of this country. Aren't we, Tanvi? So, we are trying to differentiate then and there itself. I think we have to have a definitely,
Correct.
as you said, definitely a redressal, team there. As you know, in TDP, we definitely have an internal disciplinary committee which talks about such things on a very, very, very strong note. Very strong note. And there have been instances where politicians of our party also have been punished for not being, for not adhering to the rules. The rule of the, what should we say? The nature's rule, what we call. We need to respect women.
I
period.
think even when the comment, Professor Jyotsna, yes. I think, what we should try and do is, even if the comment is about a lady in another party, the women of the first party that should stand up and say this is not okay. The Congress party politicians need to stand up and tell their party leaders and tell Kamal Nath what you said about Imarti Devi is not okay. They should demand stricter action against him. I mean, it won't happen, but they should at least fight for it. The change needs to begin with that. The BJP leaders need to stand up and say what Bisaul Lal said is not okay. There needs to be action against him. The TDP women wing needs to stand up and talk about their ministers, their leaders when they make such shameful comments. Each party needs to be more active about making their own netas more accountable. And I think the onus is on the ladies who've decided to take up this profession, have decided to enter the politics. That change will only come about if you take it on and you fight this battle, and then let the men fall in line. At least sensitize them, sensitize the men in your own political parties, sensitize the party workers in your office. Send about a message from there. This is not about Congress or the BJP or the Samajwadi Party or the JDU or the RJD and which one is worse. They're all equally bad when it comes to sexism, racism, classism, and even criminal background. The change will only come when their own party members begin to seek this. Thank you so much for joining us on this conversation.
What's up, bro?
होम लोन
मैं नहीं जाऊंगी तेरा पेपर वर्क करने.
इट्स ऑनलाइन इट्स द न्यू नॉर्मल ओ मेरी बाइक कीज़ है वो वापस दे.
पता है सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग. इट्स द न्यू नॉर्मल.
अब हमारे ब्रांच जैसे ही आपको होम लोन से जुड़े सर्विसेज मिलेंगे ऑनलाइन. HDFC होम लोन्स.
आज भी कोई नहीं आए सर प्रैक्टिस पे. प्लेयर्स वेरी फार सर. कैसे आएंगे?
You're a genius.
I'm Shetty साहब.
कार देखो गाड़ी पे होम इंस्पेक्शन बुक करो और कार बेचो ऑफिस, घर या कहीं से भी. पाओ बेस्ट प्राइस, क्विक पेमेंट, फ्री RC ट्रांसफर एंड डॉक्यूमेंटेशन. क्रिकेट को फॉरवर्ड करना है तो कोच एंड ड्राइवर बनना पड़ेगा.
अरे जीनियस सर.
नो, आई एम द कोच. कार देखो गाड़ी पे होम इंस्पेक्शन बुक करो. बेस्ट प्राइस पे कार बेचो कहीं से भी.
What's up, bro?
होम लोन इट्स ऑनलाइन इट्स द न्यू नॉर्मल.
अब हमारे ब्रांच जैसे ही आपको होम लोन से जुड़े सर्विसेज मिलेंगे ऑनलाइन. HDFC होम लोन्स.
अभी जो लड़ाई चल रही है वो सॉरी की लड़ाई शुरू हो गई. जैसे इमरती देवी बोल रही हैं कि मैं सॉरी बुलवा कर रहूंगी, और कमलनाथ हट पर अड़े हुए हैं. सिर्फ उस शब्द को जस्टिफाई कर रहे हैं कि उस शब्द को लोगों ने अन्यथा लिया, इसके लिए खेद है.
ये तो एक और पाप किया है. ये निर्लज्जता की हद है. मैं तो मीडिया को धन्यवाद दूंगा कि कम से कम उनको विवश कर दिया कि वो खेद जैसा शब्द कहते हैं, लेकिन किंतु परंतु अगर किसी को श्रीमती इमरती देवी जी का नाम लेने में कांटे करते हैं क्या आपको? क्या 24 घंटे पूरे देश ने देखा उनके आंखों के आंसुओं को? अभी उनका नाम याद नहीं आया? अगर जरा भी पश्चाताप है कमलनाथ जी तो सीधे सीधे श्रीमती इमरती देवी जी से माफी मांगिए. और ये अपमान केवल इमरती देवी जी का अपमान नहीं है, ये अपमान मध्य प्रदेश की बहन और बेटी का अपमान है. मध्य प्रदेश की बहन और बेटियों से माफी मांगिए. और मैं तो कमलनाथ जी से क्या उम्मीद करूं? मैडम सोनिया गांधी से कहना चाहता हूं, कल मैंने पत्र लिखा था, अब तक उसका जवाब नहीं आया. और मैंने ये कहा था पत्र में कि मैडम श्रीमती सोनिया गांधी जी, आप कांग्रेस की अध्यक्षा हैं, आप बताइए कि आप कमलनाथ जी के बयान से सहमत हैं, और सहमत नहीं हैं तो फिर कमलनाथ जी के खिलाफ क्या कार्रवाई कर रही हैं?
सर भाषाई मर्यादा की बात की जा रही. बिसाऊ लाल साहू का भी बयान आया, उसको लेकर सर आप क्या कहेंगे?
उन्हें खंडन किया है, मैंने कोई ऐसा बयान नहीं दिया.
और बाकी आपको कोई रिस्पांस नहीं मिला है? कमलनाथ ने उल्टे आपको चिट्ठी लिखी है, पूरे चिट्ठी में आपको कोसा है, कहीं से कोई माफीनामे जैसी बात नहीं है.
वो तो दिन और रात पानी पी पी के कोसते हैं या बिना पानी के कोसते हैं, मुझे पता नहीं. लेकिन कभी नंगा भूखा, कभी मदारी, कभी कलाकार, कभी नालायक, गलती करते हैं और एक चिट्ठी फिर मुझे लिख देते हैं.
सर एक आखिरी सवाल. PC शर्मा काफ़ी सीनियर कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर रहे कमलनाथ सरकार में. उनका एक सोशल मीडिया पे किसी साक्षात्कार देते हुए वीडियो वायरल हो रहा है, जिसमें वो आपको कंस, कमलनाथ को कृष्ण और इमरती देवी को पूतना की संज्ञा दे रहे हैं.
ये फिर और अपमान किया गया है. एक बार अगर कोई चीज गलत हो जाए तो आदमी माफी मांगता है, लेकिन एक कांग्रेस की बेशर्मी है, निर्लज्जता है कि वो फिर पूतना कह रही है.